Hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana, a wet live. We've had a little bit of rain today. I trust you are having a wonderful Sunday. I'm not usually here on Sundays. I'm usually, relaxing at home, no makeup, maybe jammies or just lounge clothes, but today is just one of those Sundays that here I am. Last night I was on dad duty, so I didn't want to be live just in case he needed me for something. I didn't want to have to run out on anybody. So I am here today. This morning I went and saw Downton Abbey grand finale. Anybody a Downton Abbey fan? I ended up watching it after it was super popular on Prime. So curious if anyone else is a Downton Abbey fan. Maybe you watched it when it was like a big hit on regular TV, or maybe you watched it like me on Prime and then you got into it after everyone was raving about it. And now I've watched them all, and I can honestly say this one was just a little bit of a tearjerker towards the end, just knowing it was going to end. Like, this was it. They weren't going to do any more. It was kind of like, oh, darn, you kind of get invested in all the different characters' lives. Hi, Sharon. Great to see you on here. I trust you are having a great Sunday. Hi, Missy. You never watched it? It's if you like British, if you like learning about the British and how they were with like all the different royalties and all the different layers of society and everything, then it's really interesting and it's fun. I mean, it's kind of like a soap opera, and you get invested in the characters, but it doesn't go on and on and on forever like a soap opera. And like, I used to watch General Hospital, and those soap operas, like, you'd have one situation and it would last, because it was only an hour long, it would last for months and months. I could miss a few months of it, go back, and they're still dealing with that issue. So it's not quite like that. It's a lot more succinct and goes on from one life issue to another, because that's just how, or life happenings, or life, marriages, deaths, children, all that kind of stuff. It goes through it all. So you've watched some on Netflix. Oh, is it on Netflix? Okay. I don't have Netflix, so I don't know what's on Netflix. But anyways, it was fun. Went with two friends and we had a great time, and then came home and finished prepping for this, a Sunday live. So here I am. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with showing you some of the online exclusives. So I did a product share, and you can still sign up for a product share if you want. I've got them all ready to package. They're all packaged, ready to go in their mailer, but I wanted to show you what that looked like, and then I wanted to show you the online exclusives that are included in that. And so they're not in this catalog because they're online exclusives. So Missy says, in the soap you watch, one of the main actresses passed in January. They are just getting to her funeral on the show. Right? Takes 9 months for something to actually happen and to resolve anything. That's terrible. Which soap opera do you watch? Just curious whether I watched General Hospital. That was pretty much my main one, and it was because Rick Springfield was on it. That was it. And then I just kind of got stuck, and then it was because of the character Blackie. What was his name? John. I can't think of his name. He was another cutie. So let me go ahead and switch cameras. And here is the product share. All right, so it's gold shaker stars. These are and this comes full. I divvy them up. So a product share means you get 1/4 of all the product in the share. 1/4. Oh, General Hospital. Okay. Ooh, which character died in real life? Always curious. John Stamos. Yes, that's who it was. So this is the size that it comes, but everyone got one of these. I usually keep the original just to show it on my live. So everyone got 1/4 of the stars. So that was super fun. And then we have all the different ribbons. Now these are all the ribbons. Let me just show you. This is how everything is packaged. So you have all the ribbons, you have all the gems. Then these are little die cuts that you'll see more of later that go with one of the papers. This was my gift to those that participated. They get this full pack of Christmas tags and more, which you will see that later as well. Do I have that in there? I think I have that in there. I have so much. All right, and then all the papers are wrapped up so you can see what they're called: Modern Christmas, or Lights of Aurora, or Peaceful Garden. So everything is wrapped up and labeled, and then it will be packaged for mailing. So this is one of the online exclusive ribbons. It is Shaded Spruce, and let's see, Shaded Spruce, and then it's got the gold trim on the edge. Super pretty. It's a wider one, but it's not thick. So let's see, how well does it tie a bow? Let's see. Oh, it ties a nice bow. All right, not a small bow. You would definitely want a larger bow for this, so I don't have enough of a tail over here, but it does tie a beautiful bow. So just so you know, and it's Shaded Spruce. It's really quite lovely. It's not thick though, so it does tie easy. That is an online exclusive. Another ones that are online exclusive are and I already have them out of their packaging, the black and white gold baker's twine. So this is black with gold, and this is white with gold baker's twine. So a quarter, for the product share, you get a quarter of each of these. And I still have an open share. So I have still some people who want to be part of the share, but we're looking for more people to complete the share because it has to be 4 people. So this is the black and white and gold baker's twine. And then this is the early espresso and old olive linen thread. And linen thread, let me tell you folks, that just makes the easiest bows. All right, it really does. It makes nice, easy bows. You can either make them large or you can make them small. They tie really well. I love using linen thread. They just make a really nice bow. And now, instead of just our usual neutral color, we now have the early espresso and the old olive. So we need to enjoy that while we can, because online exclusives are strictly while supplies last. Typically, every now and then they will reorder. So if it says currently unavailable under the picture, that means they are getting it and they're coming back. If it all of a sudden is gone, then it's sold out and they're not replacing it. They're not bringing it back. All right, and then we have here the faceted snowflakes, and they're in the red, shaded spruce, and white. I don't know why my lighting is so weird. Maybe it's because I opened up for some natural light. There we go. That might be better. Let's see. I can brighten it up just a little bit. There we go. And this one is the Cajun Craze and Gold Dot. So it's Cajun Craze with a little bit of gold flecking inside. So those are the online exclusive gems and ribbons. And here are some of the online exclusive papers. Now you probably saw them when I unboxed it, but I'll just go ahead. This is the Gathering Together. And we'll be using this one for our October card club. This is the Gathering Together paper. Lovely falls. All right, like that. And then the other side is like that. Super nice. We'll be using these with the fluffy squirrel that you'll see a little bit later on. So these will be super, super fun. All right, and this is the Gathering Together, and it's normally 12 by 12. So as a product share participant, you get a quarter, so you get a 12 by 6 piece of paper or packet of paper. And like I said, I keep the original packaging so that I can be able to show it to all of you. This one is pretty awesome. It is called Modern Christmas. and it is very sparkly and very fun. All right. So the Modern Christmas is also 12 by 12. So in your product share, you get 12 by 6. And look at all the gold foiling. Ooh, shiny. All right. And then this side. I'm not sure what to do with this one or this one, but I do like the dots and I do like the lines. And then, of course, the fa la la la, and then the black and white trees. I also, I'm not sure what to do with the lines, but this pattern is really cool. It makes me think of a floor. Doesn't that make you think of a floor? I totally think of a floor. So that is the Modern Christmas. For Card Club in November, we were going to do the Peaceful Garden, but it is unavailable and I don't know when it'll be back. So we might be switching to something more Christmassy, and I'm thinking maybe using a lot of different papers with the Merry Christmas stamp set. So, or just the Merry Christmas stamp where it just says Merry Christmas. So this one is the Elegant Pine Snowflakes. And then you have this. So it's snowflakes, but it's kind of pine. It's kind of foresty. And I like that. I think that's really pretty. Now, some of these papers may have stamp sets and dies that go with them. I don't happen to have them, and I don't happen to know off the top of my head. So that would be something, if you really like having stamp sets with your paper, you can check in the online exclusives to see. A lot of these I know do have stamp sets and dies that go with it. This is just from the product share, so I don't have all of that. And I just realized, I woke up this morning realizing I don't really have any Christmas stamps. So I did order one on Thursday during the stamp sale, but I think I only ordered one. I was like, ooh, it's almost Christmas, June. Why are you not into it? So here we go. We have here, this is the Silent Snowfall 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. It's embossed. So you can either color it or you can use it white like that, but it's embossed, so it comes 12 by 12. And of course, as the product share, you got 1.5 pages. I left one of mine as a 12 by 12, but all the product shares are cut for mailing. And then the last thing is the very cool all season velvet specialty paper. And we have it in the red, the green, and the white. All right, and it's velvety. It's paper on the back, and it's velvety on the top. So super cool, super fun. Looking forward to playing with that. Again, it may belong to a whole suite of product. I don't have it. I would have to go look in the online store. Missy, you're excited to get yours? Monica Conroy Simpson. I'm not sure who that was. You just ordered the ribbon. Did you order the green ribbon or did you order the twine or the linen, Sharon? Which one was that? Yes, great paper. So Missy will be getting a quarter of all of that, and she'll have plenty to play with. So let's go ahead and dive in to our mini catalog. I trust you have it with you. Oh, the one who played Monica Quartermain. Oh, she died in real life. Ah, that's sad. Yeah, I discovered today with this movie that the actress, Dame Maggie Smith, had passed away last year. She was also Professor McGonagall, if you're into Harry Potter, and she played the Dowager in Downton Abbey, and I hadn't realized that she had passed away, so I was pretty sad about that. When it came up at the end, in memory of, I was like, oh, she really is dead. I thought maybe she just got too old to act. That's what I was hoping for. Let's put it that way. So we have our September to December mini catalog. There are a few things that have gone out of stock. So are currently unavailable, but if it's in the catalog, they typically will keep it during the life, keep it coming during the life of the catalog, as long as there are no glitches in getting that product Okay, there's always that possibility that the producer of the product can't make it or can't get the materials to make it. And then we have to go with the flow. The green and gold, well, we have the early espresso in the green, and we have the black, white, and gold. I'm thinking you mean this one, and it does look kind of greenish on the computer, especially on mine. I don't know why my camera doesn't do it. Oh, she was also in Mamma Mia. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. All right. So let's open this up because this was an amazing catalog. So we have our wonderful picture, and you can use DSP to wrap presents. You can use the bow, the ribbon, for wrapping presents. It's not just about card making and scrapbooking. On the back, of course, it says stuck on gift ideas. Stampin' Up! If you know crafters, this is a great place to start for gift giving. I'm actually going to start doing that more myself. Kits are a great way to start as well. So let's open it up here. We have our table of contents, and we have our little emoji, not emojis. We have our little symbols. That's the word. Not emojis, they are symbols. So this one means that the icon has a reference page, or it's in the online store, so you can go check there. There's also QR codes, and then it tells you if it's in English and or French. All right, typically if it's only French, it's not going to be in here, but if it's also in French, although I'm not sure if we can order French. I think only Canadians can order the French. It used to be way back when that we had German, English, and French and Spanish, and then you were able to order whatever language you wanted. So I had ordered some German, and then later, of course, gave those to my goddaughter. So, statement of the heart: to love what we do, share what we love. As we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments, in this we make a difference. And this is one of the statement of the heart is essentially the mission, and it's one of the reasons I'm a demonstrator, is because this company cares about other people, and they know that they can touch other people's lives through creativity, because everybody, even if they don't think they have a creative bone, they've got a little bit of a creative bone in them. So don't hesitate to share your joy of crafting with others. Oh, you messed Mrs. Weasley was in Mamma Mia. Oh, okay. All right. All right, and I love here how Sarah, she always writes a little letter, and I love how she says that she is not, as she says, how would you rate your gift-giving skills? I'm a solid 2. You know what? I'm not the greatest either, and so I felt very relieved to find out that as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and her running a company like this, she's not a great gift giver either, and so I found that encouraging that, okay, if she's not, it's okay that I'm still in the stage of learning how to be a better gift giver. It's not necessarily one of my love languages. Giving gifts and getting gifts is not a high priority for me. Quality time, acts of service, personal touch, those are my love languages. And so I'm having to learn how to do gift giving. But I love seeing these kinds of things because they give me those ideas, just like she was saying. All right. So one of the first things I wanted to point out was this stamp set. It is currently unavailable. I had it in my cart for Thursday to order and get during the stamp sale for 15% off. And by the time I went to finish my order, it was unavailable. It will be coming back. So this is Love and Courage. All right. And let's see, $3 for every stamp set will be donated to breast cancer organizations. All right. Now, breast cancer has touched most people's lives in one way or another. My sister had breast cancer. In the end, that is not what she died from, but she did fight a good battle, and it just weakened her to let other things happen. So this is a wonderful stamp set, and I guess I'll have to wait until it's available before I can get it again. But I do love, it's got the ribbon, the heart. I love how it has the sunflower here. It says support, strength, heart, faith, resolve, fight, hope, courage, survivor, and believe. It's okay to not be okay. That's for anybody. All right, that's for anybody. Friends don't let friends fight cancer alone. Thank you for supporting me throughout my battle. Love and hope. So it's a great stamp set. And of course, for every stamp set you buy, $3 of it goes to cancer research or cancer organizations. All right, and then we have, it's a season of giving. When it comes to this time of year, a lot of people are thinking about giving. So don't forget to think about simple things like kits or little tools or paper or something like that for the crafters in your life, or the people who wish they were crafters in your life. So here it says occasions to give: Grandparents' Day, National Coffee Day, Teachers' Day, seasonal fundraisers, Thanksgiving, National Neighbor Day, Hanukkah, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. So lots of fall holidays. I like to do treats for Halloween to the doctor's offices that we go to. All right, so then we start off just like in the annual catalog, where we have the step-by-step, the quick and easy, and then we evolve into the creativity your way, where you can do things from scratch. You got yours and it was later in the day. Well, I must have been much later in the day, or maybe you got the last one. So this is the step-by-step. And so we have either the kids collection, which has instructions, no-fail instructions, or we have the scrapbook workshop kits. There's all different ways where if people are just getting started or they think they don't have a creative bone in their body, the kits can prove them wrong. So if you have someone that you argue with about that, say, come over to my house, let's do a kit, and we'll see. So here are some kits that they're just showing on here. This one is coming out next month. This is this cute Nutcracker one. I danced the Nutcracker Ballet for 8 years in a row. I have a bit of a thing for nutcrackers. I love nutcrackers. I collect them. I have a very small collection just because of all my moves, but I am working on growing my collection. So I love this tag stamp set using those. Then we have this, excuse me, this wonderful truck one, which I haven't even opened yet. So, oh, I didn't even grab scissors. Just so I can show you what these look like. So I haven't made these yet. And there we go. All right. There we go. So we have the there's 2 different cards. So that means it will be 4 of each. So there's 8 cards. All right. We have our no-fail instructions. Nice and easy peasy. Let's take a look at what the trucks look like. That's what I want to know. Ooh, look at those trucks. Those are awesome trucks. Who doesn't love a red truck? There's just, everyone's drawn to a red truck, especially an older red truck. And then we have our sentiments on black, white on black. And of course we have the 4 different languages: English, French, German, and Dutch, because those are where the kits are sold. And then we have our 2 different colors of, so Pool Party and Lost Lagoon for our card bases. And we have the wonderful trees, we have a dog, we have a pile of presents, and then we have our Christmas tree lot and our drive out to cut your own tree. Who cuts their own tree? We cut our own tree. I love doing that. It was so fun to move here and be able to go cut our own tree in the forest. And then we have these, and they're the same on both sides. So these are the envelopes. Awesome kit. So this one is available right now. The Nutcracker one is coming. And then we also have, which I'll be doing this one soon, we have the garland. All right, so it has some acorns with it. How cool are those? And then it has the garland. And I have seen that some people have actually turned this garland into a wreath. So I was thinking of getting a second one, and then I can do the garland across the top of my mantle and do the wreath just above it. How many people say wreath with an F on the end? So here is the wired, I think it's wired. Let me show you. Here we go. Yeah, so it's got a wire on it. So you can either make it a wreath or you can make it a garland. You could get 2 kits and do one of each. That's what I'm going to do. My understanding is those that made a wreath, they were actually able to make 2 wreaths out of it. And then here are our no-fail instructions. Shows you how to do it, how to put them on. It does require a glue gun. All right, just so you know, it does require a glue gun, and that is not included in this kit. So this kit is not an all-inclusive in the sense that it doesn't have the adhesive, but it has everything else. It does have some tear and tape, but that's not enough. And then let's look at all the different leaves. So this is textured paper. Ooh. And then we have some foil. Ooh, yeah, lots of foil. We have foil, and we have some more textured paper. And that's kind of a green, a grayish green. And then we have some more leaves. All right. And then some tan leaves. Then we have some more foil. And we have some green, kind of an old olive, a lighter old olive. And then we have some Calypso corally color. And this looks like soft sea foam. So different colors there, but the nice thing is it's not all oranges. It's got other colors. So this is a very vanilla. This starts getting into some Cajun craze. All right. And they're textured, they're embossed. That's the word, embossed. And then we have these like that. So, and it creates this wonderful garland, all right, or a wreath. And then you wrap on some acorns. How cool is that? I like that. I think that's going to be super fun. I'm going to have to make up my mind if we're going to make it as a garland or as a wreath, or maybe a partial garland and then turn it into a wreath. Is the Keeping Traditions. It usually is 6 pages, 3 2-page layouts. This is all that comes in the kit, and it comes with instructions, step-by-step instructions on how to cut the paper and how to put it all together. It'll give you a list of what pictures you need. Then we also have the Peaceful Days scrapbook kit, which I have right here. So you can see it comes in a Ziploc baggie. And then, here we go. Ziploc baggie. Here are the full color instructions, how to cut everything, which side of the paper goes where. All you have to do is follow the instructions, and it shows you exactly how to cut the paper and then how to lay it out. It even gives you the measurements if you want it perfectly done. All right, so it works. All right, so then we have our stickers, we have our placeholders, our photo placeholders, we have some die cuts, and then we have the DSP, the Designer Series paper, and then you also have some other cardstock, 2-tone cardstock and other Designer Series paper. All right, but that's not, what's my word? It's not It's not what? Not double-sided. That's my word I was looking for. All right. So let's see. We'll move that aside. All right. So my question for you is, and this is worth a prize, what are the names of the 2 scrapbook workshop kits that I just mentioned? If you have your catalog, use your catalog to see. If you don't have your catalog, then I trust you can remember what I just covered. So what are the 2 scrapbook workshops called in this kit? What are they called? And that can earn you a prize. And I'll just go by the first comment that pops up on my screen. That's pretty much the only way I can go by it. All right, let's see. I'm just looking over in my, let's see. Hold on. All right. Oop, there we go. So just looking to see if I can get the comments over on the page as well. All right, so now we get into our quick and easy options. I love these options and I tend to use them more and more than I thought I would. So we have our memories and more. I have not gotten these yet, haven't decided. I'm thinking because I like how you can make cards or use them for scrapbooking. Either way, they work for both. So that's the Joyful Days Memories and More card pack. And then we have the Mix and Match. And I love the mix and match. You've seen me use the mix and match numerous times. So we have here, are they open? Yep, they're open. We have here the mix and match Greetings for You ephemera pack. All right, here we go. And there's 2 of everything. So there's 2 of these, and it's the gold. There's 2 of these, and there's 2 of these, and lots of greetings, not just one Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, multiples of them so that you can make all the cards that you want to make. All right, and then we have our card bases and envelopes. Oop, there we go. All right, so here are the 2 different envelope styles, and here are the 2 different card base styles. All right, and you know me, I love plaid. Do you love plaid? Everybody comment plaid if you love plaid. The plaid is just so much fun, and you can use these sentiment pieces with it, as well as this pack, which was the free gift for signing up for Product Share. So everyone who signs up for Product Share gets this packet of ephemera and paper. So here are the 2 of each of those die cuts. All right, isn't that awesome? I love it. And then you get lots of other paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's the back side. 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 And these, of course, you can cut up and use on your cards. You can use them as tags. You can even cut this and use this and this separate. Same with this one. You can cut this strip, use it separate from this. You can use it in your scrapbooks. You can use it wherever. And then, of course, I love this plaid. And I do like the back sides as well. And because they gave you 8 of each sheet, you don't have to worry about running out of something. All right, super fun. And so this can all go together and you can make a ton of awesome cards with that. That should probably be a class. I should probably do that as a class, huh? And we have the sketches on page 14. We have all the sketches. So you can make tags, you can make cards, you can make scrapbooks, and they've given you the sketch to show you what you can do with it and give you some ideas. You fill it in, they've got it clear to where it's just lines drawn, and then you can choose the different things from the mix and match to put where you want them. I love that. All right, maybe we need to do a sketch class where we actually make some of these using these products. All right, that would be something. So this one right here is this one right here. All right, so this one right here is this one right here. And then, let's see, did they do any of these? Nope, not really. Kind of did this one here. And you don't have to follow them exactly. That's the beauty of sketches. You can just use them as an idea, as a springboard. All right, Missy says plaid. Yes, we love plaid. Missy, did you figure out what page the scrapbook workshop kits are on for a prize? So on Thursday, when I realized I had no Christmas stamps, but most of the Christmas stamps I wanted to order were bundles, I ended up ordering this one. So this Merry Christmas is the one that I'm thinking we may use with a variety of Christmas papers for November, because the Peaceful Gardens are out of stock currently. So here we go. This one's beautiful. And the Peaceful Gardens doesn't really have, you'll see when we get to it, it's not really Christmas focused per se. So I ordered this, and I thought this would be really fun to do with a variety of papers. And we could heat emboss. You can heat emboss that in all your different colors. So we have here A Child is Born, which is a beautiful rendition. And I love that they didn't add the face. Sometimes when they add faces, it just changes everything. And then we have here seasonal tags. So you can use all of these to make cat tags if you want, and you can use any of our punches to make some great tags. So here's a punch. This is the Arch, or these are a Touch of Gold tags, ephemera packs. So that's one of the ephemera packs that are in the online exclusives. I think they're in the online exclusives. Oh, nope, it says they're in the annual catalog. My mistake. The AC means annual catalog. I thought this one was an interesting one. Builder Blossoms, where you can build your flowers, build everything. These are different petals, and then you can build your flowers. So very interesting. Probably not something that I would be getting, because this is more out of the box than my brain goes. 9 and 11, right? So 9, 11, but what are the names of those scrapbook kits, Missy? What are the names of those scrapbook kits? All right, so we have here, I've done that before. All right. What are the names? And then we have here another one, Wishing You Joy and Woodland Scenery. So if you like doing some outdoor scenes for your Christmas cards, this is a great way to do that. And you can use that mix and match. This paper right here is right there. Same one. That's super fun. And if you need words, here you go. You have May Your Christmas Be Bright, Wishing You Joy, May Your Christmas Be Bright, Noel, Noel, Sending You Cheer, Wishing You Joy, Sending You Cheer. And they have all those, they have those 4 in 4 different fonts, so you can change it up. That's the beauty of that. All right, so which page, for a prize, which page has sketches? Which page has the sketches? All right, I'm writing down who's winning what. All right, so let's see. So Missy got the page numbers. Peaceful Days and Keeping Traditions. Yes, Peaceful Days and Keeping Traditions. So here's the Peaceful Days, and here is the Keeping Traditions. So great job, Missy. You get a prize. I will pop it in with your product share. You're going to have quite the package coming to you. All right, so here we have the Traditions of Christmas. And this set is right here. This is the one I'm leaning towards. This is the one they're going to be using for a craft class. All right, Traditions of Christmas. That is this set. You don't have to have it all. You could just get the paper and use whatever sets you want. We have here the wonderful Real Red ribbon. It has some sparkle to it. You can see it shimmer and shine. And then we have these gems, which are the traditional sparkling sequins. All right, so they're sequins that have glitter on them. And then here is the paper, and it's got some gold foiling, so it's really pretty. All right, so here we go, just like this. Ooh, and then the dies cut out these, the dies cut out those. All right, and let's see what else. There's that side. Or no, the dies cut out these. Sorry, that's the longer one. The dies cut out these. I love the colors. I love poinsettias. Do you love poinsettias? I would ask you to spell it out and write poinsettia, but that's a long, hard word. So you don't have to spell it out, but just tell me if you love the Christmas, we'll just call them Christmas flowers. I love the Christmas flower, and I love that plaid. And that one, so super fun. I love the all red. I can't decide which pattern, which one I like better, but I do like how they've added some pink into that. So this is the Traditions of Christmas. This is the suite that I am considering getting. I just can't make up my mind, but because they're doing this craft class with it on October 23rd, if you buy, I think it's if you know what? I need to get the details on that. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's kind of like the virtual album kit that we did this summer. I think if you purchase something, then they send you the Facebook link, and there you can get then the class where it's going to be. So let me get the details to you, and I'll make sure to put that on my Facebook page. But just know this is the suite that they are going to be using. So I'm probably going to end up buying that, right? Because I want to do it with them. I like doing things like that. All right, and then here is, let's see, got my, oh, so there's an embossing folder, a wreath embossing folder that goes with it. And these are just other ways that they have used those flowers and those papers to make more cards. I guess we're over here. All right, so color it your way. You can color it with colored pencils. You can color it with watercolor pens. You can color it with Stampin' Blends. There's all kinds of ways to color those. All right, so here they're using the water painters to color the wreath. All right, and then you can also give a gift. All right, you can make all these different tags from those papers and give them to somebody as a gift so that they have a way of doing that, of using them. Or you can give cards away as well. I do that a lot. All right, so we have this with all this different things that you can stamp and cut and emboss and die cut out. All right, then we have our next suite, which is Jolly Delivery. And I know it's a very popular one because of all the different animals. We have the bear, we have the dog, we have the badger, and we have the cat. And then on our papers, we have so much more. So we have, and I love this, the floating card is back, where you put everything up on dimensionals and then it just looks like it's floating there. I've seen quite a few of those. That's a technique that has come back. All right. Oh, Missy actually wrote out poinsettia. Nice. All right. And you got the sketches too, Missy. Way to go. All right. So here is the wonderful ribbon. It is the white fluffy trim, and you can see here how it curls. It curls. So when you tie a bow with it, it curls. All right. I don't see them using it as bows. Let's see how well does it. You'd have to turn it this way and then turn it that way. Ooh, no, it's a little too thick to tie a bow. Yeah. That's not going to tie as well. It does tie, so if you really wanted a bow, but it is kind of curly. You can see that. It's kind of curly. but it's really soft. It's really, really soft. All right, and then we have the deer dots. So there's 4 different colors of these, and there's a lot of them in there. Of course, this is only a quarter of it. There's 200 pieces in there, and these are the deer dots with these fun colors. They are garden green, real red, no, poppy parade, pool party, and petal pink, which have become Christmas colors. Not ones that I would have thought of, but they have become that. And then you have the paper and you have the dies. Now, the die cuts, had I realized that these all cut out, I would have just, everyone would have gotten a full packet of this. But sadly, I didn't realize this. And there are no 2 the same, because if one animal is facing one way, the second one is facing the other way. So I have here all the dies, and the product share folks get it in a plastic envelope, a hard plastic envelope. So these are all the different dies, and had to divvy them up between 4 of us. That was tough. That was a tough call. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's a nice little cityscape, and then the cute mailboxes, and then we have these critters, which are dies that you can see they're adorable. All right, and then that one, and then all these envelopes and packages, and the grid. I love the grid paper. And then these animals making deliveries, either post office or the beaver delivering presents, the fox delivering a tree. Super cute. And then this one, super cute. See how this one's going this way, this one's going that way. Same with this one and this one. That's how all the dies were. They were going in opposite directions. So it was a challenge to divvy it up. Did the best that I could with that. I need to pay closer attention. All right, so you have 2 pages of die sheets in here, and it even says includes 2 sheets of pre-cut designs, and I did not catch that. Shame on me. But how fun are these cards? Super cute. You can make a whole little Christmas scene, and then they have the ribbon just going across the bottom of it, like that, because it's so thick. And then they also, with this package, there is a die for making these cute boxes. I've seen them. They're pretty darn cute. All right, so then we have the Peaceful Garden collection, which we used for creativity now this summer if you were a demonstrator. And so I've got the projects that we made with that. Here are the papers. I'm just going to show you these. All right, so there's this one. And then the doves. I do love the doves. And they do make you think of Christmas. But this stamp set was not a strictly Christmas design. I love this paper too. And then the beautiful doves. Peaceful Garden. That's what it's called. Peaceful Garden, and those wonderful flowers and the little stars. All right, and then along with that, we also have the glitter paper. And the glimmer paper, not glitter paper, glimmer paper is in the bright blue. Then we have the misty moonlight, and we have, or secret sea. I'm not, which blue are they calling that? They're just calling it blue, dark gray, and soft green. All right, so that's not silver, it's kind of a soft green. So those are the colors. Beautiful, beautiful colors. In person, I know you can't see them very well on the camera. It just doesn't do them justice. Then we have this lovely shimmery silvery ribbon. It's Misty Moonlight with the silver. Isn't that lovely? Oh, and it's so soft and it ties great. And then there is an embossing folder, the Peaceful Greenery 3D embossing folder. All right, like that. Oh, let's see, here we go. There we go. You can see that. And then there's a die that fits. It doesn't go in there, but it does. Oop, not that one. This one. It does cut, so you can cut that out if you want. The dies have 2 doves and some greenery, some stars, some envelopes, another olive branch, 2 labels, and then the stamp sets are love, peace, love, and joy, sending, wishing you all the best in your new adventure with deepest sympathy, heartfelt prayers, peace on earth, big hugs for a good friend. So really not, it's peace focused, not Christmas focused. So it doesn't have to be Christmas. And then we have here the hues of blue flowers, and you have those different flowers. And here are some cards that we made. So here's one. Again, floating seems to be a popular thing. So we are floating the strips of paper. And then we made this using the edge of the embossing folder, and then with the die. Heartfelt prayers. Then we also use the embossing folder for this, and then it is a DSP card. So we untie this and then we can flip it open like that. Peace, love, and joy. And there's our dove. And then we also made an envelope using the DSP. And then we made this cute little treat box that I actually made backwards, but it was still fun. It opens up this way and this way, and you can put some little treats in there. So super cute, fun activity to do with that. All right, so what were, second question for a prize, what were the quick and easy options? If you're not ready to just do it all on your own, what were the quick and easy options where you have a little bit of help, but it's not a kit where it's giving you instructions to do it full on their way, and it's not the free-for-all creativity your way where it's all from scratch? What were the quick and easy options that we... Then we have the iridescent frosted dots. Oh, let's see. What happened to my picture? Waiting for a live video signal. All right, there we go. We're back. So we have the frosted iridescent dots, which I think are so pretty. And then this paper. I don't know, have you ever seen, comment Northern Lights if you have seen the Northern Lights. I have seen them, not strong like this, not like these papers. I would love to go further north and see them. So Peaceful Garden was in and out of your cart several times, ended up waiting for later. I understand. Probably good, because I don't think we're going to be able to do it for Card Club, but it's a great set for any time of the year, really, especially when with that beautiful with sympathy sentiment. So here is, this is just a quarter of it. Here are these, and there's the back side. And then look at that. I would love to see this kind of Northern Lights in person, dancing across the sky. To me, that would just be amazing. They're just beautiful. All right, look at that. It's just so beautiful. I just can imagine it in the sky, just the little bit that I did get to see last year and the year before. Here we go. And then these. So beautiful papers. I love the dies that also come with the set. Here is the Light and Wonder stamp sets. We have Love, Light, Wonder, Magic. Your strength inspires me. May your day be filled with. Wishing you a year of. Embrace the. Thank you. You are. And the word and. Oh, yeah. There's so many dies. I couldn't get them to all stay in here. So there's all these dies. You have the different trees, you have the clouds, and then you have the different levels of ground, and they are photopolymer stamps. Let me just show you here with this how they did some of them. So they made a shaker card here with this, and then they used the different layers and the different dyes to create the backdrop and the scenery, and they turned it into water instead of just the sky. A nice little envelope with a card in it, and then here they did the sky with the nice shadow. All right, so lots of different possibilities and ways of doing it. And then they used the trees as a mask and did that in there. So super amazing projects that you can make with this, and we will be doing a class on that. All right, and then here's one where it's not the lights, it's just all the die cuts and the different ways to use that. You did get the Northern Lights suite. Awesome. Awesome. All right, the next one is the Autumn Tulle. The Autumn Tulle, am I saying that right? Missy, I think you're the one that was trying to tell me how to say it. And the fun thing is that it coordinates with this month's Paper Pumpkin. All right. This month's Paper Pumpkin coordinates with the Autumn Tulle. All right, so this first off is some really cool ribbon. Let's see how it ties as a bow. Not the greatest bow. So they've used it just going across, using it as a little bit of trim. That's probably the best way to go, because it doesn't, so you can just have it double back on itself like that. And that's probably a better way to use this, because it's not going to tie well with all these rough edges. All right. The papers are stunning. Here are the gems. They are the earth-toned metallic. Nope, that's the, these are called the streaked dots. So they have, oh, it doesn't say the color, streaked dots. It just says brown. Just brown, right? Just brown. All right, so here I just got these, haven't even put them all together. Here are the trees and the deer, the buck, the mama and the baby, and then the parts of the trees that go with the autumn trees stamp set. All right, and it is a cling stamp set. So I'm pretty excited about that, since those will be going bye-bye. So, and then we have some rocks here, some ground. I love this tree. I can't wait to play with it. I just haven't had a chance yet. And then we have the Amber Autumn set as well. Blessed to have you in my life. Autumn wishes. Grateful for you. Thanks. You're simply the best. And 2 opportunities for coloring with whatever type of coloring you like to use. All right. You've seen that ribbon used along the edge to a bookbinder fold. Yes, that would work too. That just anything where it's a straight or folded back on each other, but it definitely would not, it definitely does not tie a good ribbon. So if you're really stuck on having a one to tie into a bow, that one's not it. And then again, it is the cling red rubber. So I haven't even put these together yet. And then the dies, we have this one that is right here. And so that's this one. And then we have the some extras, and then these cut the 2 images. So those are going to be some amazing cards. We'll start off with, here is the foil, the earth toned metallic specialty paper, and you get a 1.5 pieces, and here it is a brown. It is not copper. If it is coppery looking, it's kind of a very dark coppery, but they are calling it brown. And here is the paper. It was odd numbers, so we got only 4 patterns, but there were 3 of each. So you got 4 patterns, and then you get a 12x6 and a 6x6 of each of the page. So here's that side, and then this side. Very fun. Very fun. I'm looking forward to playing with all of this stuff. All right. So lots of ideas for you in this catalog. They've even done a 1-sheet wonder where they show you how you can cut it like that and then turn it into these cards. How fun is that? And then how to do it as a gift. You could even use the paper to cover a frame and then put your little scene in there or your tree in there and then give it away as a gift. Here they tied a bow, but it's a big bow. It's not a bow for a card. So that works too. Comment decor if you like to make things for your house. Comment decor if you like to make things for your house. I love to do that when I have a chance. Toile, I don't know if that's how you say it. So you've seen the ribbon used. Okay, and you got the, okay, just checking, make sure I'm staying up with your comments here. All right, thanks for hanging in there with me today, Missy. I guess Sunday was not a good day, sadly. That's just how things worked out. So here we have, again, the scrapbooking kits. But this is, if you don't want the whole kit, then you can just buy the different pieces. All right, so you can buy the specialty paper and the sticker sheet, just that. You can buy just the Keeping Traditions two-tone cardstock, and you can buy the stamp set. Now, the stamp set does not come in the kit, but all of this comes in the kit. But that's only if you want it. Besides all of this coming in the kit, you also get the placeholders, plus you get the white paper to put everything on top of. So, and this is just an extra stamp set that you can use. Next one is, again, what I've shown you, and then this is the stamp set that you can also get to go with the complete scrapbook kit. So this is it, and it is a photopolymer. I like how it's nice big print so that it's really easy to use on your scrapbook page or on a card. Choice is yours. I love how they did that. All right, so moving right along. Fluffy squirrel. All right, so this is what we are using for Card Club in October. It is not too late to get in on this, and I'm going to teach you a technique on how to color this squirrel using this without it just save the 10%, right? Save the 10%, right? You save 10% if you buy it as a bundle where you get both of these together. So this is the number that you would use, not these numbers here. You want to get them as a bundle because you want the discount, right? Who doesn't want a 10% discount? Comment discount if you want a discount. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, make sure that you are commenting because I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pick some people to win some prizes as well because you were participating on the replay because maybe you just couldn't make it to the live. And that's okay. I understand. So here is one called Branching Out Bundle. It's got these frames here, these dies, and then it's got all of this. And this one I keep looking at, but I just can't decide if I would really use it enough, although I am thinking about getting those frames, especially if they carry over to next year. This is Words for the Season. It is another bundle, so it's these words as dies, and then all of these sentiments that you can put on the inside or outside of your cards. So I love how they use other things to make these. So this can be used with any set, really, any paper. That's the beauty of it. Then we have our Snowy Delights bundle, and I keep going back and forth. Do I need this? Do I want this? Am I going to use it? I do love using the decorative masks, and then they have the dies, and they have a great stamp set. And so I keep going back and forth. Look at how amazing those look. Aren't those just incredible? I love that. And so if you want it, you can get the whole thing as a bundle for the $65.50 because it's 10% off if you buy all of these together. Or you can buy them individually, but you'll spend more. So that's not really what you want to do. And this one's cute. This one I'm thinking of getting too. So here are the delightful decorative dots. Don't they look yummy? They actually look like candy. They really look. Missy likes the branching out dies. Yeah, So these look like candy to me, so they go perfectly with our little gingerbread man bundle. How awesome is that? So I had a game to play, but with just one person on right now, it's kind of hard to play that game. So I'm going to go ahead and post that on my page as a game, and we'll just play it that way. It's catalog clue, but we'll go ahead and play it that way. Missy, I appreciate that you're hanging in there with me. Here we go. This one is Gift of Joy. Super cute if you like stockings. It's two-step stamping, so everything gets filled in, and that's always a fun thing as well. This one is triple stamping because this would fill in those and this would fill in that. So very cool. Didn't even realize that. All right, then we have the Stay Warm. So sweaters and hats. If you live in a place like I do, these are things you use in the winter. I just don't know if I want to stamp it, but it's really cute, and I've seen some great ideas with it. And I love how it's also fill in. Now these dies I do have, and I had to cut this one because I wanted to see what it actually looked like. So that's what that looks like. Isn't that cool? I wasn't too worried about those two. I can picture this, but I wanted to have an idea of that one. So that is the striped one. And then we have the bows that you can put those two together to make it a double bow. So these are the patterned tag dies. Super fun. And then there's also the Christmas word collage hybrid embossing folder. So you can emboss it or you can emboss it and cut it. All right, so you can see here how it cuts at the same time. So great way to get a whole bunch of Christmas sentiments in there at once. Look at these cute dies. Oh, you can use them together. I hadn't even thought about that. So you could use your solid die. Well, your solid, here we go. You could use a solid, this is the solid one. Right here, this is the solid one, and then you could put this over it like that. And you can either have them loose so that they can swing, or you can glue it down. Isn't that fun? Super fun. Love it. All right. So much to play with. So much to play with and so little time. All right. We're almost to the end. We have our joyful tidings. So some partial wreaths. Oops, here we go. Partial wreaths that you can then, of course, turn into full wreaths, and you can color. So you can even make this one a fall one. You can make it a Christmassy one. We have Noel, tidings of joy and this Christmas season. Peace, hope, and joy. Believe. May the wonder and magic of Christmas fill you with delight. Oh, let's see. Oh. Almost to the end. Magic and hope. This one goes with the paper tag dies that are in the annual catalog. Or, nope, excuse me. I think they are online exclusives, actually. If you turn this sideways, you can kind of see a bone. Do you see the bone? You can make that a big dog bone if you have people who love pets. All right, and then you have these, and you can see here they're heat embossing, and then they're using different, cutting out different ones. Here you can do the tags, just an awesome variety of ways that you can use that stamp set. And I did order this one, Happy Place from Sharon Armstrong. This is her Million Sales Achiever stamp. And I've been going back and forth, and I'm glad I waited because now I got it for 15% off on Thursday. So happy, hey y'all, birthday for you, life, place, days, times, and retirement. And she loves the ocean, so there you go. Inside the happy is the ocean. Then we have the petal arrangements, different types of flowers. And look how great they colored that. Isn't that amazing? So you can cut it apart, or you can have it, it's 6 cling stamps, so you can put it together as one, or you can use them individually. It's buildable blooms, so you can see here how it was. It's one that you can put all together as a background, or you can take them apart and use them individually. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. All right, so gathering is easy. I offer kit-togethers. I offer classes online or in person. We still do parties. You can still do a party. You can still earn hostess or Stampin' Rewards. It's not hostess rewards anymore, but you can still earn free product for hosting a party with your friends, either online or in person. So if you're interested in that, comment party down below and let me know. If you want it to be using kits, just put kit together down below and I will reach out and we'll get something set up. I'm always happy to bring you and your friends together, especially as we get close to Christmas. Also, like a workplace, there's a lot of companies and businesses that like to do things where they're getting their employees together. I do those as well. So just any sort of gathering that you want to do, I'm in. I got your back. I can help you out with that. Earn rewards. Make sure when you create an account at stampinup.com and you choose me as your demonstrator, you also choose to earn rewards, because you get 10% starting at $20. When you spend $20, you get 10% back to spend on your next shopping spree. All right, and last but not least, share what you love. If you want to join my team and you want to build a business, or you just want to get your stuff at a discount, put down below discount shopper and I will reach out and we will chat about you getting your craft products at a discount. Here is our index of all the things we talked about. And then of course, one of my favorite things is the paper pumpkin. All right, this month is the Fall for Twall. Must be why they have the Fall for Twall. It rhymes. I just didn't know how to say it. Here are the cards that we put together the other day. There's this one, and this one, and this one. And if you go back and you watch my paper pumpkin playdate, you'll see I made a mistake on every card. See, so even a demonstrator makes mistakes. We don't get them all right all the time. You get, in your first kit, you get a block to use for your stamps. You get an ink spot. You get the no-fail instructions just like on the other kits, and everything is included in this kit. So it is an all-inclusive kit that you can get once a month delivered to your mailbox. You don't have to remember to order it. It just automatically comes with a subscription. And then they do have, although these are all sold out now, each quarter they have a new set of dies. So this is the set that was for third quarter. We just now got new ones, and those are in the mail to me. So I didn't get those yet. So that's the mini catalog. That's the deep dive into the mini catalog. So you missed my mistakes. That's very nice of you. Typos because I'm on my laptop, not my phone. Okay. Yeah, I made one mistake, at least one mistake on each card the other day during Paper Pumpkin Playdate. It was kind of funny. It was a little frustrating, but it was kind of funny. And like I say, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. That way I can keep you from making the mistakes on yours. I have a couple other things I wanted to run through real quick. We are kicking off the Junebug Scrapbook Club by using the month-to-month album retreat. That was a special class from Stampin' Up! This back in July, and we are going to be using that kit to make a 12-month book album. All right, it's 24 pages, so January through December. 2 exclusive stamp sets, and I will even give you the cases to put them in. You get pre-cut designer series paper, you get two-tone cardstock, you get embellishments, page protectors, flip flaps, photo placeholders so you can create it there during the class and add your folders later. And if you bring them back to the next club and show me that you have added it, then I have a fun basket, treasure basket for you that you can pick some items to receive. We will be meeting once a month. The second Friday of the month in the evening will be for virtual, and the Friday following that second Friday, because sometimes it's the third Saturday, sometimes it's the second Saturday. So the Saturday following that in the morning will be the local in-person scrapbook class. And if it turns out that we need to flip-flop those, I'm willing to flip-flop those. All right, so there is an early bird special though. The early bird special is that if you sign up by the 28th of September, because I'm still working on earning that Alaskan cruise, so I've got an early bird special. You'll receive your album and a journaling pen, and you get free shipping if you are virtual. Well, you get free shipping for the whole album because I'll be ordering it to my house, and then I'll be mailing it to those people who are virtual. So it's free shipping all the way around, and you get your album and a free album and the journaling pen at that first session. If you sign up after September, then you will still get your album, but you'll get it when we are done with the whole packet, and you will not get the pen, and you will pay for the shipping. So if you order before the end of the month through me, so you pay me and I place the order, then you will get the album, the pen, and all the free shipping. So check into that. If you have more questions, please let me know. I am happy to answer them. And then we still have on Tuesday, the 12 days of crafting calendar is coming out, and it is while supplies last. So if you have crafty friends, this would make a great Christmas present for them, a great Christmas present for yourself. And after Christmas, for those who get this, we will be doing a Zoom class to make some things out of what's in this box. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And then last chance to register for Ghouls Night Out, Fall Fun Craft Night here at my house. The virtual one is already closed, so if you missed that, I'm sorry. And then on October 4th is World Card Making Day, and Stampin' Up! Has a free registration, and I have a free virtual and a free in-person that I will send out more information on that versus doing it all right here and right now. So thank you so much for joining me. I will post the fall mini catalog clue on my page, and we will play the game that way and pick out some winners or see who guesses the whodunit with what and where was it. All right, tell you more about the Advent calendar. So I personally, being German, am not calling it an Advent calendar, even though Stampin' Up! Is, because it only has 12 doors. And an Advent calendar has either 24 or 25 doors. So I'm just calling it the 12 Days of Christmas because it's got 12 doors. And you can open them from the 1st to the 12th of December, or you can open them for the official 12 Days of Christmas. The choice is yours, or you can open it as soon as you get it. And I'm sure there are videos out there of it. I myself love surprises, so I'm not looking at the videos because I don't want to see what's in it. All right, but if you want to see what's in it to decide whether or not to buy it, you can go find those videos. I'm sure at stampinup.com you can find those videos, or on the Facebook page you can find them. So it is the 12 Days of Christmas. It is a box, and inside each door are stamping and card making and scrapbooking supplies, all right, craft supplies. I know that there are dies, there are stamps, there's paper, there's probably gems, there's probably ribbon, there's 12 days of product in there. And I think it's $99, but it's like $100 and some odd worth of product, like 120, 30. There's a whole lot of product in there. I did see that there was some 6x6 DSP. I saw that there were some dies, and I saw that there were stamps. And other than that, they didn't show us more. They showed us 3 doors. And then I'm not watching the video because I want the surprise of when I open it. I want to be surprised. I'm going to do it online each day when I open it. Now I'm just trying to decide, do I do it for the 12 days after Christmas, or do I do it 12 days before Christmas? Probably going to do the 12 days of December, the first 12 days of December. But I got to decide that. It's a hard decision, but it goes on sale. It looks like this. It goes on sale on Tuesday, and it is while supplies last. See here, there's even 2 stamp sets right here to kind of show you. It's while supplies last. So once they run out, they're gone. So, and there's apparently no limit either. So I'm going to buy a couple of them for myself and some friends, and then we'll see. And I'm thinking of doing a class with it. So I'm going to put that out before Tuesday so that if people want to do that class, we can do that together. And that would be after everyone has opened their doors. So it would probably be in January that we would get together and make projects using what's in here. All right. So thank you for joining me and sticking with me, Missy. I appreciate it. I apologize for not being able to originally do it on Saturday night. I had dad duty. So thank you for joining me. If you're watching this as a replay, remember to make sure that you were commenting all the way through. I should have said it at the beginning. I know I did say it part ways through. I will be going back and looking at this and picking a few more people to win prizes because I had a lot more prizes than what Missy won. So let's see. Missy, did you answer the quick and easy options? Poinsettia, Northern Lights. No, you hadn't. So somebody still has a chance to get the prize for listing the 2 quick and easy options that we talked about early on in the catalog. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your Sunday and have a wonderful week. I will be back here tomorrow afternoon. I have a 4-hour Zoom in the morning. So I will be back tomorrow afternoon for Paper Pumpkin Playdate. We'll make some alternate cards for this new kit, and I will see you then. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.